What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Bundesliga Career Mode. It's episode number 41. As always, lots to get through today on the back of a thrilling Super Cup win against Bayer Leverkusen. We've got the remainder of the summer window with just over 35 million euros in the budget. We'll have a draw and maybe match day one of the Champions League phase. We start with this first game of the Bundesliga season, playing host to Borussia Dortmund as we begin our title defense season this year. After last year's amazing domestic double, well, I said this year the pressure is on our final year of the save. We don't just want to retain it, we also want to go for the treble as well. No matter what, I don't want to lose our seat on the throne as German champions. Let's start off 3 points here. Borussia Dortmund at home, our first game of the campaign. Go on, Borussia Dortmund. I think on the back of his penalty saving heroics against Leverkusen in the Super Cup as well, my mind is made up. I'm not going to bring Ter Stegen in. I know we said throughout the course of the entire save we want to bring him back at some point, this being the final season, the last chance, but come on man, that would not be fair on Nicholas. He's won the Golden Glove, I think 3 of the 4 years, if not then 2 of the 4 years, certainly back to back. And not to mention the fact that at 30, he's never let me down. He's never let me down. And I'll say it once again, it shows you the overall rating is important, but it's not the most important thing with you players. I'm sticking faith with Nicholas for our final year and not going to bring the vet Ter Stegen back home as Angelo Stiller is through. Great save by Costa. What a touch. Oh my, what a touch. Oh my word. Who is that? Who is that? What a goal! Who is that man? Well, the name is Greek, obviously, but I have no idea whose region that could be. That was just a ridiculous goal. And Dortmund are in front. You know, we have lost the opening day of the season, I think every single year of the save. And maybe season 2, maybe did we get anything on season 2? I can't remember. But season 1 and the past 2 years we have. I think we're going to lose the opening day every single season of this entire save. But it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Kleindens knows all about finishing. Mönchengladbach back on level terms. Unless he's the pre-gen of Konstantelios, who is of course against us today. And thankfully he's just been taken off. Oh! Although Marcus Leonardo's not a bad man to bring off the bench. Anyway, still tied at 1-1, definitely a winner in this game. Absolutely thrilling. And despite spending quite a lot of money on bringing in Malik, I must say I'm still thinking maybe with 36 mil, Zeno's probably going to go. We might be able to sell him, maybe sell another player as well, and bring in yet another class centre-half. Because clearly defensively, once again, we look very fragile at the back, very exposed. Problem is though, if you do that, who gets taken out of the team? I mean, Malik's actually just come in to be a starter. Great work from Dione. Great hold up by Kleindens. All that's missing is a great finish by Mario Strikens. Yeah, big decisions with 36 mil to go and 2 weeks remaining in the window. What do we do with the remaining cash? Tend to play almost there as Ulrich off the bench does well. Dione takes his time. And that is probably going to it. Nicholas, look at the man out wide there. Can you find him? Yes, you can. Rocco flicks it back into play. Headed on by Kokudo. And an injury for Jamie on match day 1. Last year we were injury played. I would not be surprised if the same thing happens in our final season. The Welling goes down. 5 to hold on. That looks longer than the bruise to me. And already on match day 1, an injury and not a win. What is it about opening days and Mönchengladbach? We simply can't win them. Season 1, lost to Bayer Leverkusen. Season 2, can't remember. Season 3, lost to Bayern Munich. Season 4, lost to Leipzig. Season 5, draw to Borussia Dortmund. Yep, unless we won on match day 1 on Season 2, we've gone the entire save without winning an opening day in the Bundesliga. But like I said during Kleindens' goal, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Don't worry about it, man. 33 more games, plenty of time. Not to mention, that's one of the more difficult games you can have during the season as well. I know Dortmund had an off year last season in the league, but they were Champions League winners last season, so I wouldn't necessarily call it a failure of a campaign, getting their second CL in history. How bad was the injury for Llewellyn? Fingers crossed it was just a bruise, and it was indeed, so actually he'll be okay. So what are we doing with the money? To be honest, I might just run it back for the final year. I mean, just because we have the money doesn't mean we need to spend it. We've added to the quality with Malik and Dione coming in. We've kept the core together. It's a young team, so it's going to get better during the course of the season. I might just run it back. I might just run it back for the final season and say I trust this team to retain that domestic double and go for the treble. If something happens on deadline day, I'll let you know, but otherwise, I think this is the team for the final year. Right, let's jump into our following game. Away from home, our first away day. Hoffenheim at the Pro Zero Arena only survived by winning the relegation playoff last season, and on the back of the slip-up on match day 1, well, if we are going to retain that domestic double, we say it, these are the games you can't afford to slip up in. Hoffenheim away, our first away day of the season. Let's get our first win here. Come on, Stroikens, wonderful ball through the gap, and Diaune rolls it in. There's Kleindens, might need a teammate. He's got Stroikens coming through, a little bit lucky, but will take it. And Tim, nothing lucky about the finish. Fortunate bobble, great strike, Mönchengladbach in front. As a finisher of the ball, Kleindens has definitely got to be up there as one of the best I've used in FC 25. I mean, you know, the majority of star strikers I've had have been good, because otherwise they wouldn't be a star striker, but his ability when going through one-on-one, I mean, put it this way, I can't think of many times, right? Oh, brilliantly held up, failed to get a goal with him, and that's the first for Diaune as well. Quick fire double right before the break, 2-0 up, and I'll say it again, just because you've got the money doesn't mean you have to spend it. Still 36 mil euros in the budget, but I say run this team back, I think it's fine. Moves through the gap, Pablo Fornals, tackled by Brown. Much better, much better today. This is the problem with me, like, defensively. Like, I know I can defend better than that opening day showed, and the Super Cup to Leverkusen. It really is just a case of being switched on. Oh, very much, please. Really, it's just a case of being switched on as Kleindens. Oh, that would have been an amazing strike. And that's a mental thing, you know. That's a mental thing. For someone that harps on about the mental side of the game, I need to start practicing what I preach, because sometimes I'm just not as focused and locked in as I need to be. When I am, I feel like I can shut the door on practically anyone. But when I'm not, it's too easy to get breached. I've got to do a much better job this season. If we're to win the treble, I've got to do a much better job of being more switched on. Nice and just there, and I'm looking for one late chance, but I won that clean sheet, and yes, Niakate, and again. Oh, he was hurt by the signing of Malik, man. He was hurt by that signing, saying, "Are you kidding me? Just because I did my ACL last year, you're going to replace me?" Well, first game this season shuts the door, and we get ourselves our first clean sheet as well. 2-0 win. And our first 3 points of the season. That was a solid display. Yep, deadline day is here. We've got a couple of offers for Ulreich, our backup left back, Watford and Wolfsburg. He's certainly not going to the latter. But yeah, I personally don't think we need to do anything around. We've got the cash. There are some targets. But really, if we were good enough to win a domestic double last year, and we've only gotten better for this year, then yeah, I don't think we have to do anything here. I'll have a think, but otherwise I think we're fine. There's a bid for Janda from Inter Milan. That's an interesting bid there for one of our backup midfielders. But if we are to go for the treble this year, well, we know how important squad depth is. Last year we didn't have much of it, so I'm not selling anyone. Absolutely not, unless it is for Zeno, who's of course out of contract come the end of the season. Otherwise, I'm keeping things as they are. I guess the only thing I was thinking I could possibly do with 4 hours to go is maybe swap him in exchange for a more versatile player. And I've got a couple on the short list, but that's probably the last thing I consider. We have 3 other centre-halves, Niakate, Bayer and Arian B. So we don't necessarily need Zeno anymore. And there are a couple of DMs that can fill in on in the full-back positions as well that I think would do quite well. You've got Nicolas Seevoud at Leipzig, who I've really wanted for a long time as well. He'd be a brilliant player to come in. And also Zeno de Bast at Sporting. I think he's a bit out of our price range now. So I might go after Seevoud and possibly try and swap Zeno there. But I think that's probably the last thing I'll try and do. So let's go for the Austrian. And with that stamina, those great physicals, but also great technically as well, this will be our last piece of business. Let's try and pull it off. Of course, it all depends on whether they want Zeno or not, because if they don't want him, then we won't be able to afford him no matter what. So let's pop him in the deal. And again, you look at that, Arian B, Bayer, and the Akate as well. Not to mention that young lad that came out from loan, Becker, can fill in and do a decent job as well. So this will be the last bit of business we'll try and do here. We'll go a 20.5 plus 20.5 valued player, just over market valuation. And they do want him. Okay, alright. Do you know what? Zeno has been a great player since coming in Season 1, but I think this gives us a better chance based on the versatility that Nicholas has. 30 plus Zeno, it's an overspend, but it's the final year of the save. That's fine with me. I'm getting a really good player in exchange for a player on an expiring deal. I'll take that. Yeah, this was difficult to do, man, because Zeno hadn't done a lot wrong since coming in, but now for the final year of the save, got to make a tough decision, but it may well prove to pay massive dividends come the end of the year, coming in on a 5-year, 80 grand a week deal. Really excited to give him a go. A Docksy boy type of signing, technically smart, very versatile, and bags of energy too. Welcome to Borussia Park, Nicholas Seyval. Yeah, 27 years old, so in the prime of his career right now. And again, we look at the stats right now, still getting slightly better too. To me, defensive mid is where he'd be at his best, alongside either Florentino or Stiller. But I'll probably keep those two as the partnership and have this guy coming off the bench, but probably could also fill in at right back if required, and maybe even ball playing centre half as well. This is a really smart pickup. And so as deadline day comes to an end, I want to show you that. Look at this. Karim Adeyemi going from Barca to Fulham in the prime of his career for £86.1 million. Very interesting. The top deals were Endrick leaving West Ham to Paris Saint-Germain for £160.2 million. Nico Williams is back in the Bundesliga. He's gone to Leipzig for £141.2 million. And Balde has left Arsenal to join Atalanta for £105.3 million. So Leipzig, after 3 years of missing out on the CL, aiming to get back in it. And as we'll see the draw for the Champions League phase, we should squeeze match day 1 in today as well. We'll be taking on Marseille away. We'll definitely do it in away at the Velodrome. Great stadium. Looking forward to that. Then Valencia away at Mestalla. Then we've got USG. We faced them 2 years ago, didn't we? The Belgian side on match day 3. Man City on match day 4. Salzburg away in Austria on match day 5. Match day 6 is home to Lille. And 7 and 8 will be Atletico. Why are we always facing Atletico Madrid in the Champions League? That's the 3rd year, and then Porto at home wraps it up. Okay, alright, just like last season, it's going to be tough, but I think we can get through in the top 8. Right, in that case, let's jump into the following game. We'll try and do 2 or 3 more today. Then Freiburg at home, going for our first win at Borussia Park this season, and back-to-back wins in the Bundesliga to kick the season off with 7 points taken for a possible 9. Freiburg at home, our following game. Come on, we'll check that back. I think at the moment, I'm looking at this team and thinking, where are we weak? You know, what's the area where we're not strong enough? And I don't think there is one now. I really don't. I think we've got depth. We've got versatility. And we've got star players as well. Probably none more of a star than this man. Is it good enough to win the treble? That's the question. I think Marius Stoikens definitely believes so. Can't win that, nope. And he's gone down as well. Here come the injuries. Jamie's might have been a bruise, but for Niakate, well, this is why I signed Malik Niakate. It's not a knock to your ability, but it's the fact you're always getting injured. Back to his feet now, might just be a bruise, but yeah, this is the one thing that's going to hurt us, just like last season. It's injuries, man. Like, it's just injuries. We have so many of them. And again, I'll say it, I like it, because it's realistic, you know. Players get injured. It's part of sport, man. But, it does make things more difficult as Malik steps in to win it back. Jamie has free reign down the right-hand side. If we have the 2-on-1 here and play this right, it's going to be all alone. There we go. And Llewellyn might have missed match day 2, but scores on match day 3. Goal number 1 for season 5. 2-0 Mönchengladbach. And, I forgot we got the gold logo on the jersey. That looks clean. I like that. 9 to play. Game over. Points in the bag. But we're pressing for a 3rd goal here. And that's what I want to be this season. Ruthless, you know. Even though the points are in the bag or in control, I want another goal if I can get one. And we're going to get one through the captain. No, brilliant save. Denying Rocco. And Freiburg will get it clear. But that's what I like, though. That's my right back forward there for a one-on-one chance with 4 minutes to go in what is a 2-0 scoreline. I don't just want to take wins. I want to thrash teams. No chance, but don't lose the clean sheet, man. Don't lose the clean sheet. I want this as well. Corner whipped in. Keep stay on your line. I've got this. Save out of the way. Ref can't full time whistle. Yes, there we go. In the grand scheme of things, it was going to be 3 points anyway. It's too early to worry too much about goal difference. But this season, we've got to be ruthless and we've got to be disciplined. That's the only way we can win the treble. Back-to-back 2-0 wins, 7 points taken for a possible 9. It's not the worst start to the season in the world. And now, let's start off with 3 points in matchday 1 in Europe. Yeah, probably our final game today away at the Velodrome against Marseille. Really looking forward to this one here. Champions League phase opener. And again, last 2 years, our opening day in the Champions League, back-to-back losses, first against PSG and against Liverpool. This season, I want to lay down the gauntlet on matchday 1 and get a big win away in the South of France to show this year we're not just the newcomers on the block, we're going to be one of the favourites to win the whole thing. Champions League matchday 1, our final game today, away against Marseille. I must say, we were treated to an amazing performance from Chelsea yesterday, weren't we? In the Club World Cup final. I'm not going to lie, I hadn't watched any of the games, just hadn't had the time for it in the Club World Cup, but I stuck the final on last night, and my word, Chelsea, so impressive. And I know during the season, I know I've been a little bit biased towards Cole Palmer, and I know sometimes my English bias can shine through, but how good was he? And how great was that second goal as well? And it's the reason why, even when he was struggling last season and on that drought of goals, I kept singing his praises, because he's got that kind of talent. He's got that kind of ability. The only thing that's missing really is the consistency, but that can come with age, as we know. And I think yesterday, on the biggest stage, I mean, incredible performance. And I think every English fan was watching that and thinking, yeah, we know. Yes, last season there were patches where he struggled mightily, but this is the point, you know. Form is temporary, class is permanent, and this guy is king of class, King Kleindenz with the opener, Mönchengladbach in front. Yeah, I know, sometimes my bias is a little strong towards English players, but also managers as well. I know. And it is something I have tried to work on over the years. I think it's only natural to have a little bit of bias when you've got a player or a manager. Oh, surely. Oh, Struiken should have made it too. From the same nation as you. You do have a little bit of bias. I think that's fair. I think that's understandable at times. But the reason why I glazed him so much, if you will, last season is because I've seen it. I've seen it from a young age. He's such a talent. And again, the problem with Cole is that consistency. You know, can he do it consistently? He shows flashes of brilliance, and he has games like that where he just looks absolutely unstoppable. That's what I think Palmer needs to work on from next season onwards with Chelsea and under Tuchel with the 3 lines as well. That consistency. We know he can do that, but now he needs to do it game in, game out. Yes! As Diagne gets his second of the year and our second of the night, turning up in the south of France. Let's go. Casper to Sade, and I want a third goal here. I'm aiming to make a statement away in the French Riviera. I think it's safe to say, I think it's safe to say we've made it. 6 after the restart, 3 for Mönchengladbach. Europe, watch out. We're no longer the new kids on the block. We're one of the favourites to win the whole thing. What a performance. We're not stopping either. We're not stopping here. We're going for a 4th. Caspar to Sade. Keep going right, keep going. Kleindenz on for a hat-trick and find him. He's got it. Called it for it in the back of the net. 4 for the Germans tonight, and we have ran rampant in France, putting Marseille to sleep and putting Europe on high alert. This Borussia Mönchengladbach team are no longer a dark horse for a European title. I'm saying it now, we are going to be one of the favourites this year. 4-0 up, absolutely dominating. It's a lovely flick out wide, that. That's a lovely flick inside. Jonathan David is through. Bayer coming back. Can't deny him though, and a clean sheet has gone. Canadian international with a goal back, but mate, you can celebrate as much as you like. We're still getting the win. Well, how we held on to that win against Borussia Dortmund, it would have been a perfect start to the season, but it's near perfect, and I'd certainly take this perfect start in Europe as well. On high alert are the big boys watching this performance from Mönchengladbach. 4-1 away against Marseille in the league phase opener. We are going for that treble this season. But that'll do it today's episode of the Bundesliga Career, guys. Big fan of watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you had a like, much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. I'll return next one with match days 2 and 3 of the Champions League phase and more games in the Bundesliga, aiming to keep our great start to Season 5 going. Have a great day, much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.